Welcome back to Afternoon Live. Okay, so do you want to improve your relationship this year? Because if you do, pay close attention. Here with her 4 musts to jumpstart your relationship in 2018, we welcome back to the show couples and sex therapist Megan Meganson is back with us. Hey, Megan.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. It's always good to have you here. You're dropping gems every time, helping save relationships.
I do what I can.
One show at a time. One show at a time. So a lot of people have different goals that they set out for in 2018. One of which is to have a healthier relationship. So you say there are 4 things that we just absolutely must do.
That's right. And I think January is a great time to have this conversation with your partner, right? It's like the time of the year when we start taking stock of where we're at in our lives, what we want to be different, we set resolutions. But it's really interesting. I find people are much quicker to set resolutions for themselves than they are for their relationship.
Well, yeah, I think because you think you can have total control, at least you think you do, over yourself. But when you're in a relationship, there's a partner in there and that you can't control that person.
That's so true. It takes 2, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's part of the tips, making sure you remember that it takes 2.
Yes, I think that is a great place to start because these tips do require both parties be really attuned and prioritizing the relationship throughout the year. So it definitely takes 2.
Okay, so the very first tip then.
So my first tip is to take your friendship first. And what I have found in my own life is that I'm really good at prioritizing time to spend with friends, right? So I make sure my close friends that we have a happy hour once a month or we do something fun every couple weeks.
Right.
But I was reflecting on that and I realized I don't do the same thing for my marriage, for my relationship. It's so easy in our long-term relationships to get bogged down in the day-to-day and we forget to do things that are fun, you know, that make us laugh.
So do you think that's because, like, you use the example of your friendship? Like, you don't live with your friends.
Totally.
So you know you're going to see your spouse unless that person is off away somewhere. And then you know, but if you live in the same space, you kind of take that for granted. That is what it sounds like.
Taking our partner for granted is the key. We're so used to being with them all the time that we don't think, oh, I need to schedule time with this person.
Right.
But we do. You have to schedule time to hang out, to have fun together. If you lose the foundation of your friendship, your whole relationship might fall apart.
Well, we don't want that.
We don't want that.
Okay, so that's got to be number 1.
Yes,
I like
tip
that.
number 1.
Okay, number 2.
So my second tip is to create a daily ritual around connection. So a lot of people, especially this time of year, are really, going to the gym a couple times a week. They're trying to be better with their schedules, better work-life balance. They don't have a whole lot of time to work on their relationship, which I completely understand. So creating a daily ritual, something that takes anywhere from 30 seconds to 10 minutes, can be a great way to take care of your relationship every day.
So give me an example of what you're talking about.
So my personal example, is that my husband and I like to get into bed together at the same time every night. Even if one of us isn't tired yet. Just getting into bed together, having a few minutes to chat about the day, to connect. It's a really special time. Some couples love having rituals around hello and goodbye greetings. So anytime we leave, we give each other a hug and a kiss, and anytime we return home together, we give each other a hug and a kiss.
So it can be as simple as that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, because at first when you said 10 minutes, I'm thinking, what in the world am I going to come up with for 10 minutes every single day?
Yes. Well, some people like to do things like meditate together for 10 minutes or pray together for 10 minutes.
Okay,
so if there's something, that's a bigger chunk of time that you want to do together, great. But if you only have 30 seconds a day to connect, that's awesome.
Okay,
let's take advantage of that
you do it every day. This is the every day.
Absolutely. Research shows that when we build things into rituals, we're more likely to be successful. So I highly encourage couples to do it every single day.
All right, I like that. Okay, number 3.
So number 3 is to avoid distractions. Yes.
You mean like children?
Not children. Children, I'm going to encourage you to avoid things that won't get you into trouble if you avoid them or neglect them. I'm thinking more like electronic devices.
Oh, yes.
Your iPhone, your iPad, the TV. I have couples all the time who come in and say to me, we just don't have any time together. We don't have time to work on the relationship. And I'll say, well, let's take a look at how many minutes a day when you're in the same space, you're on your devices.
Oh, that's a tricky one, because I think
really
everybody, if you paid close attention to that, you'd be surprised at just how much time you're actually spending.
It's incredible. I'm guilty of it. I totally get it. When I get into bed at night, my first instinct is to grab my cell phone, right? To look at Facebook or to play some games.
Right.
So I really really encourage couples who feel like they don't have enough time together to find a time of day when they can intentionally set aside the electronic devices, make some eye contact with each other, connect a little bit, avoid the distractions.
You know, the best thing is when, if you have a house that has a couple stories or something like that, and when they text you from downstairs, or, you know, and you're like, why are we using these devices when we're right here in the same space?
I know.
And we can't communicate with one another?
Yes. I mean, our devices are becoming an extension of ourselves, which in some ways, you know, it's pretty cool. Like, there's lots of great things that our devices do for us, but sometimes they are just distractions, and we need to put them away and get back to the art of conversation.
I got you. That's gonna be a toughie for me.
Yeah,
but I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah,
I got
we'll be in it together.
All right, now how about this last tip?
So my fourth tip is to schedule sexy time.
Wait a minute, scheduling it?
Yes, scheduling it.
Is that romantic?
It can be romantic, and that's part of the art.
Okay.
Busy couples often run out of time for sex. They're too tired, they're not at home at the same time. There's a million reasons how sex can get kind of pushed down the priority list. Things that get scheduled get done. So if you schedule it, you know, and maybe it's like Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night we have somebody watch the kids, and we know there's going to be time for each other. If you know it's going to happen, you can create positive anticipation leading up to the night, even if you don't have sex, even if you just spend some time together, cuddle a little bit. Having time prioritized and scheduled for connection is the key to success in our busy lives.
But now here comes the devices again, because when you schedule it, you can put it on the family calendar.
Oh,
well, not the family, maybe the couple's calendar.
Yeah, the secret calendar.
Kids don't need to know about that. And then, you know, get the device. That's where it could come in handy.
Yes.
And you can have that, set a little alert or something,
I am
so someone doesn't
huge
forget.
advocate of alerts.
Okay.
Especially people who are forgetful. I'm like, there is no shame in setting an alarm on your phone to remind you to check in with your wife or to say something nice to your husband. Let's utilize electronics to our benefit, but put them away when they're not needed.
Got you.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I think I can benefit from some of these.
Great.
Scheduling sexy time. I can see that now. Astor will be like, wait, what? Can I push this up on the calendar?
Yeah, so it can be playful and fun, right? There's ways we can make it work.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. It's always great to have you with all of these tips. We're going to have Megan's tips for you on our website, akatu.com. Now, still to come, I hope you're ready for something sweet, because we are making flourless chocolate cake, with blood orange caramel and flaked sea salt. I know. Plus, tips on raising a successful youth athlete. Do not go away.